Welcome to Create and Orchestrate. Today, we're going to talk about how you really need to get it on paper with ink. I'm Marcus Whitney, and this is Create and Orchestrate. All right, so one of the biggest problems that we have is when we get into business, we're nice. And we want to do business with people on a handshake. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like, that handshake is not permanent. Okay? Even in your arrangements with your friends, you need to get it on paper with ink. Part of this is because it will cause you to be thoughtful about the various scenarios, and you can actually preserve important relationships by getting things on paper with ink. And part of it is because very few things last as long as you think they're going to last. Right? And so there's a little bit of self-awareness and a little bit of protecting your heart and your wallet, pocketbook, bank account by just making sure that when you're doing a business arrangement, a business agreement, you don't allow a conversation to be the full representation of it. First of all, we don't have good memories. So you remember a conversation one way, your partner or your customer or your supplier remembers it a different way.
He was like, "Did you just make that up?" I was like, "I think so."
Right? What's the true record of truth in any arrangement? It's going to be the contract. And the reason why I say paper and ink is a lot of people will get the contract done and they never get the thing signed. You would be surprised how often that happens. It happens all the time. Right? You got to see it through to the signature. At the point when the signature happens, it becomes the record of truth. And at the end of the day, both parties have to admit whether they read the contract or they didn't read the contract, whether they thought about this particular scenario or they didn't. There it is in black and white on paper with ink. Okay? So this is one of those really important things that I see so many people get into scenarios and they believe. They believe in the sanctity of the relationship. They believe that they are aligned with the other person, that there's a trust and there's a bond there. But I'm telling you, you will preserve relationships and you will be happier in the end with yourself, the person or organization you're working with, if you just have the discipline to get the arrangement on paper and get it signed by both parties. I promise you, it will change the way you fundamentally do business. Sometimes you'll end up not doing a deal that you thought was all good, but the minute someone wants to go to paper and ink, it's like, ooh, I don't know about that. That should tell you something, right? So have the discipline and the care and love for yourself to make sure all the things you get are documented and signed. All the agreements you have are documented and signed. Cool? All right, one love.